Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. May I have your attention, please? I request all of you to settle down. Honorable Minister is on her way, and she should be in this place in the next 5 minutes. She's already down the flyover here, so I will request that you can kindly take your seats and settle down. A very warm welcome to Srimati Chandrima Bhattacharya. A big hand for the Honorable Minister of State in charge of Finance and Program Monitoring, and the Minister of State of Land and Land Reforms, Refugee Relief and Rehabilitation, Health and Family Welfare, Planning and Statistics, Government of West Bengal. Ladies and gentlemen, what began in 1901 as the Vaishya Mitra Sabha, Vaishya Mitra Sabha, renamed as the Merchants Committee in 1904. Can I have all the past presidents who are here, please? The past presidents, can you come here? As many as possible, please. The past presidents. So the ball has been set rolling by the Honorable Minister, Srimati Chandrima Bhattacharya, in the presence of the President, MCCI Namit Bajoria, the past presidents as well. Story, a saga of great and a great legacy since 1901, the 122nd annual general meeting of this apex chamber of the country. Not only have they led and exemplified furthering business, they were part of the Swadeshi movement of India, launched by Mahatma Gandhi in 1921. In fact, it's a Swadeshi chamber. In fact, it was very difficult in those days of the Raj to have a chamber exclusively, a body exclusively of industry representatives who were Indians. In 1952, the name was changed to Merchants Chamber of Commerce and ultimately changed to Merchants Chamber of Commerce and Industry in 2016 to reaffirm and reflect its focus on trade, commerce and industry. We are delighted that our guest of honor, Shri Shobhandep Chattopadhyay, one of Bengal's crown jewel in contemporary politics, one of the senior most ministers today in West Bengal, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Parliamentary Affairs, Government of West Bengal, Shobhandep Chattopadhyay. We would now request that our dignitaries be greeted on stage, please. May I request President Namit Bajoria to greet Honorable Minister Chandrima Bhattacharya. Preeti Sureka doing the honors for us. Memento, carry on, Tatri. We will now have the pleasure of greeting Shobhandep Chattopadhyay and Mr. Lalit Beriwala doing the honors for us in the presence of the President of the Chamber, Namit Bajoria. momentous occasion for the Chamber, 122nd Annual General Meeting. Part of the business legacy of India, we began almost half a century before independence. Ladies and gentlemen, most of the business chambers, they all emanated from Kolkata. It used to be the capital of India and the hub of all trade, commerce, education. Modern India was born in Calcutta. It was always said, and we agreed with Gopal Krishna Gokhale when he said, what Bengal thinks today, India thinks tomorrow. And I think by now, Chondrimadi and Shobhunda have become very camera friendly. They've become like, like those actors who face cameras according to the needs. Thank you very much. So as I said, Calcutta used to be the hub of everything. It is slowly and steadily over the last decade or so regaining its preeminent position that it had in the field of business, in the field of economic development, art, culture, and whatever you have. We have a new Bengal and a new Calcutta to look forward to, and the 800-odd members of the Merchants' Chamber of Commerce, who has been doing extremely well for the last so many years, will play a major role in this new Bengal that we envisage. May we now request Namit Bajoria, President, for his welcome address.
Thank you, Biplab. Srimati Chandrima Bhattacharya, Honorable Minister of State, Department of Finance and Program Monitoring, Land and Land Reforms, Refugee Relief and Rehabilitation, Health and Family Welfare, Planning and Statistics, Government of West Bengal. Sri Sohandev Chattopadhyay, Honorable Minister in Charge, Department of Agriculture and Parliamentary Affairs, Government of West Bengal. And Dr. Sasi Panja, who will be joining us soon, Honorable Minister in Charge, Department of Industry, Commerce and Enterprise, Public Enterprise and Industrial Reconstruction, Women and Child Development and Social Welfare, Government of West Bengal. Distinguished members of the chambers and guests, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. My heartiest and warm welcome to you all in the inaugural session of our 122nd Annual General Meeting. We are extremely privileged to have the presence of senior ministers of the State Cabinet in the AGM, and we have very few words to express our gratitude and thankfulness. We are beholden to you all for the kind of cooperation we have been always receiving from the Chamber, from yourself to the Chamber. And thank you so much for sparing your valuable time with us. The Chamber has traveled a long way, and we have interacted on several occasions. Each interaction has left us with an impression that West Bengal is progressing with no dearth of efforts from the government to pull the state up to the ranks. Our AGM at this time of the year with the theme, Destination West Bengal, Investment, Business and Growth Opportunities, has been particularly convened with an eye on the forthcoming 7th Global Business Summit scheduled between November 21 to 23. And BGBS has always been a success, fostering rapid transformation of the state into a financial powerhouse with strategic geographical advantages, proactive government policies, skilled human resource, and a vibrant business environment, making a combination investment proposals worth rupees 15.92 lakh crore have already been poured into the state. Then why there is a perception that there is no business in Bengal or no new investments are coming? Bengal means business. The homegrown industrialists of the state, some of whom are there as our member, are proactive, and many of them who also happen to be our members of our chamber are already in expansion mode. There are a number of upcoming flagship projects in the state, and there is no dearth of one after another upcoming projects which have always been discussed by the state governments time to time. Bengal is certainly an investment destination. The business community of the state has made Bengal a leading exporter with 12% of the country's leather and 10% of iron and steel exported from the state. Around 90 lakh MSMEs housing India's second highest number and making 14% of India's total MSME contribute formidably to export of gems and jewelry and engineering goods. At present, ranking 6th in the country with an economy sizing US 221.37 billion with a CAGR of 11.54% between 2016 and 2023, West Bengal is an opportune moment to take a leap in manufacturing, trading and servicing. The state has already announced a number of policies: maritime policy, ethanol policy, textile policy, electrical vehicle policy, renewable energy policy, food processing policy, logistics policy, and many others. But a little more clarity and comprehensive outline can attract investments which can take West Bengal to a bigger spot. We need to implement the policies and take both trade and manufacturing forward. As a matter of fact, West Bengal borders Nepal, Bhutan, and Bangladesh. Beside Jharkhand, Bihar, and Odisha, the mineral belts are our neighbors. The proposed Kolkata-Kunming corridor, if fructified, will directly link us to the China for smoother trade, and that's where Kolkata becomes more strategic. There is a temporary recession in entire Europe and US, but the advanced economies are keeping themselves away from manufacturing because of the climate issues. There is a new concept involving China plus one, which means low-cost manufacturing and a place open to trade. What can be a better location than West Bengal if such a concept fructifies? Our government, in my mind, should push for it. West Bengal has every component for industry and trade to flourish. We can, with a little tact, turn West Bengal into a place which can serve the entire world and make the state a destination for investment. Homegrown industrialists can serve the most if they are little incentivized with lower power changes and some pattern of offset or drawback schemes. Plenty of coal, we can embark on projects like coal to gas and coal to liquid and focus more on producing green energy, especially solar, with net metering brought as a blanket practice. West Bengal's social sector is itself strong, with 67 schemes running wherein direct cash transfers have empowered both the rural and the urban poor and created a formidable market. Landholding has been made from leasehold to freehold, facilitating expansion of industry. West Bengal's inherent industries, tea and jute, are turning around. The healthcare sector is also showing green shoots. Jute is now a sunrise sector with more and more mills targeting the overseas markets with an eye on the 1.9 billion jute bags market by 2032 from present around US $1.2 billion. The jute bag market is growing at a CAGR of 4.9%. The government's policy of allowing 15% of the tea garden land for development of tourism facilities will solve the problem of plenty while also giving a boost to the tea market. Our findings of gas and coal reserves will shortly create West Bengal an energy hub attracting investors to invest heavily. Our chambers hope that the investment proposals will increase manifold with these factors coming to play. And MCCI has always been with the government and for the good of its people. We are ready to work with the government shoulder to shoulder for growth and prosperity. Thank you so much for being here. And we look forward for a very successful BGBS, which is the theme of our AGM this time. And I hope and I wish the government that the effort that you all are taking with our leader, Srimati Mamata Banerjee, this time also we'll get a lot of traction in terms of investment and a lot of industry coming back to Bengal. Of course, as I have always told, that we, the people from Bengal, we may not be from Bengal, but our fathers have come, but we have been completely, continuously investing in and around our, like my grandfather, father, me, maybe my children, because we cannot leave Bengal. It is in our heart. So we will always try to complain, but also at the same time we will not leave Bengal. We'll see Bengal come to a era where it was long time back known as an industrial hub. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Namit Bajoria, President, MCCI. May I now request our guest of honor, Honorable Minister of State in charge of Finance and Program Monitoring, Minister of State for Land and Land Reforms, Refugee Relief and Rehabilitation, Health and Family Welfare Planning and Statistics, Chandrima Bhattacharya, for your address.
A very good morning. Oh, it's already good afternoon.
Just about.
So be it morning or afternoon, the fact remains that a very old organization, Merchant Chamber of Commerce, is holding its 122nd annual general meeting. And all those who are present here, I welcome you all. It's true that it's a meeting of Merchant Chamber of Commerce, but be that as it may, from the end of the state of West Bengal, and more particularly our Honorable Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, we greet you all here and wish a very successful deliberation which you are going to have. Our respected minister, who is a senior minister, a senior legislator, Mr. Shobhandev Chattopadhyay, who has been actually heading the agricultural ministry, is on the dais. My respect to him. Mr. Namit Bajoria, the president of MCC, is here. My respect to him too. Mr. Lalit Beriwala is also here on the dais. My respect to him. And Preeti A. Sureka, the first lady I heard in the committee. My respect to her, because without the lady's hand, you won't be able to do anything. So the committee will now do its work properly. It was doing, even it will be adding flavor to that. And Mr. Biplab Ganguly. This has to be done, you know. You are there always. And I also show my respect to him because he's a very good anchor. Mr. Bajoria has already explained why Destination Bengal. Whatever you want, whatever the industries need for its flourishing in a state, we have here. We have our cooperation, we have our broad-mindedness, and that you know. It's all for our Honorable Chief Minister, who is very, very friendly to the entire industry. So, Mr. Bajoria was saying this is Bengal, and whosoever has come to Bengal has never gone. This state is such a state. It always welcomes people. You may be from other state, doesn't matter. But Bengal is here for you. You come, you do your business. We will be rendering all assistance to you, whatever you need. But you know our financial crunch and everything. I will not go into that matter today. But Dahor, whatever is there, we welcome you. And your destination has to be Bengal. Because Bengal has everything. In all angles, whatever industry you desire to flourish in, you will get a support from Bengal from every point of view, from the nature's point of view, from the people we have here, and obviously, again I repeat, from the end of our Honorable Chief Minister and from the end of our government. So, I will be not repeating what Mr. Bajoria has said, but I'm sure you will complain. Why not? Constructive complaints are always desirable. No one can say that everyone is a perfect in everything, but to receive complaints, constructive complaints from some end, and then rectifying and sitting across the table, I do not think there's any problem which cannot be settled if we sit across the table. So, it's a proud privilege for me that today I have come here to address this gathering. A host of industries are here, and I again congratulate you, and I hope that destination Bengal, it's always there. Bengal is always a destination for the industrial sector, but henceforth, after the deliberations you have, it will have another color and flavor in it. So, please be with us. We are with you. We have financial crunch, but be that as it may, as I already said, at the cost of repetition, I say that be with us. We are with you. Do not forget us. You be with us and see what we can do. Please see what we can do. And whatever constructive suggestions you will be given, we are ready to urge upon that, talk upon that, and everything, whatever you know, whatever you want. So I again thank you all for giving me this privilege today morning. Thanks again.
Dear Chandrima Bhattacharya, Honorable Minister of State of Finance and Program Monitoring, thank you for your kind words, very encouraging words indeed, and I'm confident that all the members of the Merchants Chamber of Commerce and Industry will take all these words to heart and go whole hog in supporting the present government to lead us to more light, more and more of light and more of a new Bengal and towards a better future. We have with us our guest of honor, Sri Shobhandep Chattopadhyay, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Parliamentary Affairs, Governor of West Bengal. Shobhanda, can we hear from you, please?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Though I'm having, just I was telling Chandrima that I'm having a very serious throat infection, but love, affection, and relation for a long time with MCCI I cannot forget. I was earlier when Power Minister, that time also I attended all the meetings of the MCCI, and before that also I was coming and meeting this annual meeting, general meeting. Today, though I'm not good enough to speak well, even after that, it's not that whether I say much about the program or anything else, but I'm with you to express my feelings and to share with you. I've come here. The captains of the industry in West Bengal and other states, attached with MCCI, members, and on the dais, Srimati Chundima Bhattacharya, very efficient minister in our cabinet, an entire ministry is depending upon her because she is the finance minister. We all go and request for money for our departments to release money, so she is here. Mrs. Priti Surika is also here. I have had the occasion to meet her earlier also. Mr. Namit Bazoria, President of MCCI, Sri Lalit Beriwala, Vice President of MCCI, and once again, I thank you all for inviting me to say a few words before you. Well, you see, the main theme of this meeting, today's meeting, is Destination West Bengal. Well, it was once upon a time, rightly said by Mr. Bajoria, once upon a time, Bengal was the pioneer in industry. Unfortunately, a long time passed over the West Bengal, near about 37 years, there was an atmosphere prevailing in our state that was not in favor of industry. After 2011, when our Honorable Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee became the Chief Minister, I can proudly say that there is not even a single hour of missing year. No hour loss, man days loss in our state for last 10 years. Not even an hour. And that is actually what the industry house needs. No man days lost in our state. Even also, yesterday, Mamata Banerjee was criticized inside the floor of the house by the opposition for a stand, strong stand, that there will be no strike in our state. We need industry to be flourished in our state, so there should be no man days loss. And we can proudly say that under the able leadership of Mamata Banerjee, there is no man days loss. And what the industry house needs, infrastructure. It's the basic thing. In case of power, we are completely self-dependent. And few days ago also, we were selling power to Bangladesh that has been taken over by Mr. Adani. But for years together, we were selling power to Bangladesh. No problem. But the industry house in West Bengal will get power, whatever they need for growing more and more industry in the state. About connectivity, you will appreciate wherever you go. The connectivity has become very nice in our state, in the waterlands, on the everywhere from hill to sea, you will get good connectivity and other infrastructural development. You all appreciate that in e-governance is the best way of developing and going ahead. In e-governance, our government is the best government in India. It has been announced by the government of India. In all areas, whatever is needed for the industry, you will see that we are going ahead. And industry house that has been told by Mr. Chundima Bhattacharya and our president also, that Bengal can only be chosen for the hub, industrial hub, because of its geographical position. It has got connection with other states, foreign states also, countries also. So it can be. But for that reason, whatever is needed to make Calcutta and West Bengal in the international standard, Srimati Banerjee, our Chief Minister, is earnestly trying for that. I, as a Minister of Agriculture, we are also trying to promote business on the agricultural product in our state. We had already several meetings with the industry houses so that the agricultural product, vegetables, how they can make processed and that can be sold in the market, like ITC, ICI, PepsiCo, and other companies, they have come, and we had meetings with them also. So in all respect, I can assure you from my government that whatever is needed, even Chandrima is here, that we are giving certain relaxations on the laws, which is a hindrance, putting hindrance on the way of going ahead. We are relaxing the laws also in our state so that industry houses can set up their industry in our state. See, on all way, like right say, like what is within our capacity, agriculture ministry is not an industry ministry. Even after that, according to the instruction of our Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister, we are giving young entrepreneurs dal mill, oil mill, tea processing, packaging, storing, and grading the units, cold storage and cold chain, custom hiring centers and warehouses. And we are giving subsidy to that so that it is encouraged and we can employment potentially can be generated from that. One thing I want to mention, you have mentioned in the President's speech, I was still seeing, looking over that. There are 67 projects by our Honorable Chief Minister. Opposition criticizes, but the Nobel laureate from West Bengal, the last Nobel laureate, Abhijit Vinayak Bandyopadhyay, he told him during COVID period, there are only 2 states, those were having positive GDP, 2 states only. One is Tamil Nadu and one is West Bengal. And that is only because the common people were having money with them through the projects and they could they could roll the market. So our economy was not in negative growth and the economy of Tamil Nadu was not in negative growth. So situation is different. Before last 10 years it was different. Now I request all our friends, all our captains of industry to set up their projects here and we will extend all possible help from our government. With these words, I want to conclude. Thank you very much. এই অবধি আমার আর বাকি সব তোমার দেখো এই অবধি আমার হাত দিয়ে লেখা এইটা তোমার আমার চলো One thing I forgot to say, Biplab is a very good friend of us and very close to us. Wherever we go, we see Biplab and we are very happy.
Thank you. Thank you, Shubhandip Chattopadhyay, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Parliamentary Affairs, Government of West Bengal. Friends, we will now felicitate 2 of our very senior members for their outstanding contribution to economic development in West Bengal. See, a public recognition, a public pat on the back has always been very inspiring, whether you are a young man or whether you are a young boy or a girl in school or you are in industry. And it is even more encouraging if you get it from your compatriots in the chamber. These 2 gentlemen have contributed immensely towards the economic development of this state. So, I will first request Chondrimadi to do the honors for us. Can we have the audiovisual, please, for Mr. Kunj Bihari Agarwal? Can we have the audiovisual? Managing Director of Rupa and Company, the member of the Board of Directors since July 1987. With more than 4 decades of rich experience in the textile industry, he has played a pivotal role.
Passionately yours since 1968. What began as a dream in the far-sighted mindscape of one man with a vision, Shri P.R. Agarwala, which was followed by his 2 brothers, Shri G.P. Agarwala and Shri K.B. Agarwala, is today India's foremost knitwear brand and a leading player in the global market.
Not only do we wish to continue being the front runner in the Indian market, we are also aiming at establishing a strong worldwide presence.
From premium quality to convenient comfort, from forever favorite superstars to style icons of today. With its diversified range of products, Rupa continues to deliver delight to its myriad customers.
A big hand for Kunj Bihari Agarwal. He is the president of the Federation of Hosiery Manufacturers Association of India. Someone who is definitely our very own and India's pride. Kunj Bihari Agarwal. Being honored by Srimati Chandrima Bhattacharya. Thank you. It's truly, truly wonderful to be greeted in the presence of your own people. Shri Kunj Bihari Agarwal has not only contributed to the economic development of the state, but certainly of the chamber. He has given a great leadership in the past. May we have the next audiovisual, and this time it's Hemant Bangar. Is the scion of the renowned house of the Bangars. Mr. Bangar is the executive chairman of Gloucester Limited. His units have completed 150 years of excellence in jute and allied products. Sri Hemant Bangar. No, it's not there. He is the scion of the renowned House of Bangars, alumnus of Don Bosco and St. Xavier's College. He has a post-graduation in international trade. He is being greeted by Sri Shobhandev Chattopadhyay. Sri Shobhandev Chattopadhyay, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Parliamentary Affairs, is doing the honors on our behalf, honoring Sri Hemant Bangar for his May we request Kunj Bihari ji to come up, please? We'll have a group photograph of both of you with the honorable ministers. With the mementos, that's right. A great moment. Big hand, ladies and gentlemen. These are phenomenal performers. The House of Bangars and the House of Rupa have contributed so much to the state. We will now request our Honorable Minister, Srimati Chandrima Bhattacharya, to felicitate chairmen of 2 councils. The first one for their contribution to organizing great initiatives by this chamber. Who doesn't know Rajendra Khandelwal? Rajendra Khandelwal, Chairman Council on Healthcare, MCCI. Would you join us up on stage, please? Where's Rajuda? Where's Mr. Khandelwal? Huh? I know he has come. Yeah. Oh God. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, we'll wait for Rajendra Khandelwal. Now may I invite Vidit Jain, son of his illustrious father, Ravi Jain, Chairman Council on Capital Markets, MCCI, to join us on this stage because Mr. Ravi Jain is traveling and could not join us today. Please carry our good wishes for your revered father. May I request Shobhunda to do the honors for us? We also wish to honor Sri Manish Gaurisaria, Chairman, Council on Retail and Marketing, MCCI. Would you join us up on stage, please? Mr. Manish Gaurisaria. So a big hand for Manish Gaurisaria. The honors being done by both our honorable ministers together. Ladies and gentlemen, the Merchants Chamber of Commerce and Industry had taken up a project to identify old and obsolete laws in West Bengal that has lost their relevance. In fact, Didi is here. Didi is a very well-known lawyer. The project is to identify old and obsolete laws in West Bengal that has lost relevance and requesting the state government to repeal or amend the same. The Chamber collaborated with Heritage Law College for guidance, support and assistance and recommended the repeal of 44 laws that were shortlisted. MCCI has now published the West Bengal Repeal Law Compendium being released. A big hand, please. You know, this is what the chambers are for, to think and not to be stagnant. If laws are all made to assist people, if some laws have become obsolete, they need to be repealed and done away with. So this study was commissioned by MCCI and has been suggested to the West Bengal government. Thank you. A big hand for Honorable Ministers, Shobhandev Chattopadhyay and Chandrima Bhattacharya. They have taken, see, the West Bengal Assembly is on. So they are on their way. They had given us a month's time. We will be joined in a while, in a very short while, by another Honorable Minister, Dr. Shashi Panja. 2 minutes, she's here. Just be at your seats. Just give us 2 more minutes. So, in the meantime, I think we can engage ourselves in various conversations and discussions. So this forum is open. Any of you who would like to come over here and share your views on you have just heard the ministers on what needs to be done for a better Bengal and your experience in doing business here over the past so many decades and what needs to be done for the future. Any one of you can come up and share your views, please. This forum is an open forum till such time we have the presence of the Honorable Minister. No one. Namit, I don't think anyone would wish to come and engage. Ah, there is a, please come, please come. Oh, you want to speak from there? Please.
Yeah. I am Dr. S.K. Saha.
Okay.
I am having a lot of experience in industries. So every year we have investors meet in Calcutta. This Merchants Chamber of Commerce and Industry is doing wonderful job, and I must congratulate them on this particular day of 122nd annual general meeting. What is my submission? That we have a lot of representatives and masters from industry present over here. And there should be a well-groomed coordination between this annual investors meet of Government of West Bengal, because lot of scope of investment is there. We have heard the honorable ministers what are going to happen future and what is happening. So whatever is the participants over here, along with the recommendation, should be sent to the Government of West Bengal so that we get lot of benefits out of it. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for engaging. Anyone else who would like to put in a point? Yeah. Can the mic go there? Introduce yourselves, please.
Hello. Yeah, myself, Shubhankar Shah, Managing Director of Krishna Exports. We are in this Bengal. Our company is from 1953. So started by my grandfather, followed by my fathers and uncle, and me, the third generation doing. So our company, after listening to the ministers, our company is the biggest proof that Bengal is one of the best place to do business with. My grandfather has migrated from Bangladesh, and he started his business, late Nitai Mohan Shah, he started his business in Bengal. So I think our ministers are right, and we, all of us are right. Bengal is one of the best business destination of the world. And one more thing I should add, as our Honorable Minister Shobhandev Chattopadhyay sir has said, and Chandrima Minister Chandrima also said, that we have some bottlenecks in Bengal, like there is a problem of finance, this, that. But whatever is this, I think Bengal is a land of opportunity that we are having. And you know, our company, we have put down a mission that let's come together and make this city of joy the top city of the world. And you know what? How can we do? I cannot do it alone. So every one of us sitting in this room, if we collaborate among each other and think about Bengal, how can we develop our own city? I think one day Bengal has the capacity of becoming the top city of the world. Why I tell you, we have the land ports, we have the sea ports. And if we go at the past, the British time, when they came to India, they made Bengal the capital of India. So when they had a vision of Bengal being the capital of India, why can't we again, together, all of us, discuss with the help of Merchant Chamber of Commerce and regain that? Because we have the potentials. So we just need to collaborate, talk to the ministers, get our thing, and make Bengal the top city of the world. Thank you very much.
Anyone else, please, on what are the immediate takeaways from the ministers and what we need to do right now? Yes, please.
Hello, this is Sudhir Mukherjee. I represent the tax consultant community. My reaction to the ministers, I would like to say, yeah, Bengal needs big players like Sham Steel, Rupa, and Hemant Bangaji's companies, okay. But we also have to organize the MSMEs and the small sector players. And Merchant Chamber of Commerce have taken steps to organize seminars and help desks on MSMEs which are unorganized. Actually, basically from Howrah, Hooghly, Chobis Pargana, all the districts of West Bengal. I think the real development will come that day when not only the big players, which the ministers invited to invest in West Bengal, but also the small players are given the opportunity to do their business in an organized way. This, I think, is, and I think the minister has also come, and thank you all.
Yeah. Anyone else? We just have one more chance, because the minister is almost here at the gate. Anyone? Yeah. Sharajit, old friend.
I'll just take a moment. I don't chair the MSME thing, but Merchant Chamber of Commerce is possibly the only Chamber of Commerce here who's continuously, on a continuing basis with the help of the state government, conducting an MSME help desk for the last so many years. Akhil is here, he's the co-chairman there, and Sanjeev ji is, I don't see him here. So this is something, Sanjeev ji is there? Yeah, okay. So Sanjeev ji, it's your call on this, but let me put forward this, that this is one of the most unique things which is happening at this Chamber of Commerce, helping so many MSMEs who cannot afford to have swank consultants. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. And as you all know, that West Bengal has been doing very well in MSME, being at the top of the heap, awarded by the central government for consecutive years. We are doing very well in MSME. So, no further questions, or maybe we don't have time for any other questions. We are just awaiting the minister to walk into this, or to this room. Just a second. Happy and honored to have Mr. Stas, our guest of honor. Welcome, welcome. That's Dr. Shashi Panja, Honorable Minister in Charge, Department of Industry, Commerce and Enterprises, Public Enterprises and Industrial Reconstruction, Women and Child Development and Social Welfare, Government of West Bengal. May I request, on behalf of the Chamber, President Sri Namit Bajoria, to do the honors for us, to greet Honorable Minister Dr. Shashi Panja. And may I request Preeti Sureka to join in, along with Namit Bajoria. May I request the Honorable Minister to say a few words, please.
Namaskar and good afternoon. And I think you appreciate that the legislative session is on. Definitely our ministers, Sri Shovandev Chattopadhyay and Honorable MOS Finance, Chandrima Bhattacharya must have mentioned that. And they could come, but I had questions of my department, the other department, Women and Child Development and Social Welfare. So dedicated, you know, everybody wants to ask questions about it. So I could just finish that and I had to reach here. I would have come here for the 122nd annual general meeting of the Merchants Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And I truly wish to thank your president, Sri Namit Bajoria ji, Vice President Srimati Preeti Surekha ji, Senior Vice President Sri Lalit Beriwala ji. Thank you all, and thank you to all members. Just 2 or 3 things, as you know, I have also in the past mentioned that I think all the chambers have a tremendous job. I think it is a huge platform where you actually showcase Bengal to people beyond Bengal. So you are ambassadors of Bengal. That's how we see you. And Honorable Chief Minister always extends her good wishes to all the chambers of commerce in Bengal. And I think I'm doing this also on her behalf. She extends her warm wishes and of course to take this journey ahead. I'm very candid when I speak because when you talk about Destination Bengal, candid as much as to accept what the situation was and what we were fighting against. It's decades of perception which has been built around Bengal, and that is something that we fight against. But I think you could definitely also see new things, new ideas, and also new happenings. The chambers, as you assemble and as you conduct your various, this is of course an AGM, but when you have seminars also, which I have also come and attended and addressed, we have repeatedly established this fact that when we talk about Bishwa Bangla, the idea of Bengal as, it's touching the world, so it's Bishwa Bangla. I think that concept heralds so much of positivity, and it truly generates that yes, we are here in the Northeast or in the East, and we are a gateway to the Northeast, we are a gateway to the Southeast, and you cannot help it. It is our geography which is so very positive to us that we build up on this. West Bengal, I could mention some figures. Bengal means business, and it's the 6th largest state in India in terms of economic size, with a projected GSDP of 17.1 lakh crores for the financial year 23-24, amounting to a growth of about 10.6% over 22-23 financial year. And the debt of GDP ratio also has declined. These are figures, I think you would get them in the public domain, but I think we need to re-emphasize this, that there is always a potential, and there is happening, because we have our local captains too, and also people absolutely belonging to Bengal and doing business in Bengal. And I think this is a huge thing. As I said, they also play a very important role for us. That the state holds strong manufacturing capabilities across various multiple sectors, from textiles, agriculture, iron and steel, mining, and also other investment opportunities. We have a huge MSME family, and we are, in fact, all over India. MSME from Bengal is the 2nd largest, with about 8.9 million MSME units. In fact, there is also a department, for the MSME. We have a dedicated minister also for it. That is the focus which has also been given. We have the industrial parks spreading across all over Bengal, which are small or to big, medium, big, land parcels which are being offered to those who are investing in Bengal. And this range, it's like a huge spectrum. You cannot put it under one label. I would like to highlight that when we talk about, say, Shilpo Shati, and that is like EODB is being given a lot of importance. So, to kill perceptions of the past, how easy are we making it? How the simplification of the process. So EODB gets a major thrust, and Shilpo Shati portal, the various portals that offers that window, that single window. We are, almost all of the departments have converged into those which are relevant to any kind of establishment of a new investment. Though any kind of permissions and clearances are all assembled and facilitated through that portal. So that is very important. There are certain things which needed to be streamlined, and something like the sand mining policy. Now we have from the hills, we have till the Sundarbans, and we have our own water maritime boundaries. We also have certain, of course, major, I would say, resources like the coal, which is the huge Deocha Pachmi in Birbhum, which is huge. It is the biggest coal block that, in fact, even Bengal got, and it's biggest in Asia itself. That is something which you often also read as to, the rehab package, which is extremely, I think Didi gives a lot of importance to that, because a lot of people in and around that area, so they need to be rehabilitated, need to be assured of their future life and livelihood, for that matter. So that rehab package is happening. But otherwise, trials have begun, and it's a huge coal block, I would say. So that is the update on the Deocha Pachmi. Besides that, we have a Garandi, which is less spoken about, which also is a Garandi coal mine, where we have even begun the excavation. We also have this Mineral Development Corporation, which is looking into the mines, and of course the coal mines, or the minor minerals, which we are also endowed with. So there's a dedicated corporation with a dedicated officer looking into these matters, and also this needs tremendous coordination, and this is where in fact, sand as a minor mineral also needed to be formalized, the policy, so that, the revenue which the state was losing, actually, which is owed to the state, should come to the state. And to help all these major and minor mines to develop through the MDOs, that is extremely now formalized and into a system. So we have this sand mining policy, and also for the minor minerals, the policy in place. One thing which the other day, of course, we have all read it in the various newspapers, Financial Express or even Economic Times, that the ethanol production and how the allocation of rice, which has decreased, which is I think the realistic situation, and the FCI allotment for the ethanol promotion and production. But we also have this policy in place. There is again a challenge to it, following what the FCI, the allocation has gone down. But we have a ethanol production and promotion policy, and this policy had offered financial incentives to those who were interested to manufacture ethanol. There were waiver of land record mutation fees, and also the land use conversion fees, exemptions of stamp duty, registration fees, waiver of electricity duty for 5 years from the start of the production. This was there. WBIDC and WBIIDC, the erstwhile corporations, have the industrial parks. We have, Honorable Chief Minister always tells us to explore into which other lands are available, because land is in huge demand. There's, of course, a policy on behalf of the government that land is not acquired by the government. Land we will not acquire. But we also have many such lands, which will be vested lands as you classify them, lying in the districts. So this belonging to various departments. So all of us have kind of put our heads together, and all these lands are being accumulated together. There were certain acquisitions, I would say, during the left front regime, There was a time when because government was in business, I think even at that time, the central government would have said that why don't you acquire that? So the previous left front regime did acquire through various acquisition acts certain such companies which fell sick. But then again, the government could not run it. So that is the other wing which I have, and that is public enterprises and industrial reconstruction. It is challenging, but very interesting, I thought. But then again, you need to infuse a lot of funds. We are working on that also. We are working on that. We need expertise, and we have an expert. We've just started the dialogues. But having said that, during this process of identification, there were lands like in Durgapur, which were then resumed, which have now come back from various departments onto the land department. So there was like DCL, there was also DPL, there was Mangalpur, and there was the erstwhile, say, Dhakeshwari cotton mills. These were in such a situation, even if you would infuse, if we had a strategic investor, and he would infuse funds, it would not have been possible to revive that particular industry. You know, that industry use could not have happened, but the land is huge. So all those lands, in fact, have also been advertised. There's been a public advertisement. Anyone interested in the DCL or the DPL, or for that matter, even the Dhakeshwari cotton mills, Mangalpur. There is obviously, if I have many proposals coming. Can you give me a land in and around Kolkata, which is virtually impossible. Even Howrah is full. I mean, even Hooghly is nearly full. These are also very compliant districts, and obviously they have been very compliant, and it's now full. Howrah, Hooghly, or immediately north or south 24 because we need to go beyond. For that, there is a huge major thrust for infrastructure. So we have now embarked on this identification of the economic corridors. And this is complete, these economic corridors, which Didi has also mentioned in the past. And these are the three, there were three initially that she had launched, and two more were added to connect absolutely to North Bengal. So the three industrial growth corridors, or the economic zones, which would be along Dankuni to Raghunathpur. Raghunathpur is in Purulia. Dankuni to Kalyani, which is in Nadia, and Dankuni to Holdia, which is in Purba Mednipur, East Mednipur. So these spaces, these are multiple economic regions, almost along the national highways and also the state highways which have been developed. The better connectivity with these zones around it, 4 logistic parks, 4 townships, and various other things. We also have a Calcutta leather complex, huge, Asia's largest integrated leather complex with end-to-end leather value chain, and doing pretty well because almost 350 tanneries are here with 50 leather goods manufacturing units. And additionally, 187 new tanneries also been added. Calcutta, I think West Bengal was always known for its leather, for that quality. There is a textile incentive scheme, 2022, which is in place to give that major thrust for the textiles also. In fact, coming on to the land, there is a land department, obviously land and land reforms department, and there have been vital cabinet decisions which were taken, out of which one was this 6-3 land. You know the 6-3 land. I'm not saying anything new, but it is just kind of, revive your old memories and just bring it back that this has been done. And that is in 2021, there was the 6-3 land. Now the 6-3 land, as you know, was identified and allocated for that particular industry. Now for some reason, or for any other reason, there is expansion, sometimes there are also movements out of the state. So the industrial land was locked, even for the person who was given the 6-3 land, the company. So the use conversion could not be done. Now that 6-3 land, that use conversion, in case they needed conversion, they have to approach the state government, etc. So that has been simplified with the payment. Of course, the spirit always remains that the industry in lieu of industry. It should not go beyond anything else. But otherwise too, the 6-3 land, which was then designated, has been given that, the people have been given that leverage that you can come, approach the use conversion which could not be done, you need to take the permission of the government, and the government obviously needs to be in the know-how. The other one was that we have many of these industrial parks which I've mentioned, and these were given on lease. Now, beyond the parks, also there were lands belonging to the government, vested land, etc., and they were given on lease by the government to them. Now, these leaseholders, sometimes, some of them, few of them, not all of them, have approached that whether we could get a freehold on it. So that has been allowed by Honorable Chief Minister, so that the leaseholders to the freehold conversion, so that you have total ownership. Again, this is not something that new that I am saying, but of course, definitely in the past financial year, 23, no, it's 23, 24 when she had made the announcement. So this use conversions, and again, suppose there was an industry on it. Once the person gets a freehold, encouraging that you do not change that use. You do not kind of make the industry into a real estate. Then, you know, the values are different, because when we are giving you a freehold ownership, that is at par with the industry, the industry value. But that would not be at par with the real estate, which I think is more commercially profitable, I guess. But in that way, the idea that from leasehold to freehold, that idea has been approved, and if it is industry, keep the use the same. You can make it into another industry, because of course we would encourage that industry in lieu of another industry. That can be encouraged. But if it was something which was, this actually came up also in certain areas where you have real estate, and that was developed, and now it's become a flat. Those are all flats or high-rise, stories, etc. So those, obviously, you do not expect that they will, by any chance, somebody will run down the building and try to change the use. So that would remain the same, but it needed to be facilitated for those people who were staying there. So that demand was also from there in the case of the real estate. So this shows the, I would say, the liberal approach of the government, and also, as I said, EODB, and it sends very positive signals vis-a-vis from the government. We hope that with your efforts, with our efforts too, I mean, I'm just trying to condense, because there are, if you tell them to give me points, they'll give you a whole, that many sheets. And I don't want to eat up on your time, and most of you are also aware. So I just kind of highlighted the initial or very important ones. I don't know if I would have wanted to say, but it's in every direction. It all depends, you see. It may be a department of industry, commerce, and enterprises, but we have a tourism department. Now, tourism is also a huge industry, and major thrust again, just as major thrust has been given to roads, infrastructure, Didi has given that. Similarly, a major thrust to tourism, and it has really come down to a basic thing like homestays, and also development of very unrecognized, unknown areas in Bengal, which are hugely popular now because they have been developed. So that also has received a major thrust, tourism. I would conclude there saying that things are very positive, and I think the chambers also are waiting for further announcements on the business summit, which is to be held in November this year, November 2023. There was a spate of elections, etc., for which dates have, 2024, sorry, for which dates have been kind of delayed. So hoping for the best, and hope to see all of you also in the business summit. Thank you all. Thank you for this patient hearing. I continue to remain. And I met both the ministers on the way out. So it is something that I came running away from the Legislative Assembly, and we again have to go back. There are bills in place. Thank you. Keeps us busy, but go beyond certain perceptions which are being created. There are lots of perceptions. That is a separate domain. It's a separate fight that we are, fighting. But somehow it should not prevail, or it should not influence your views about the state. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the theme this time for the meeting was Destination West Bengal, what are the various opportunities? And what we needed was this wonderful message of positivity, which Minister Dr. Paja has said in so many words. As I said, we will carry on. We have still two more people to honor. This is the last in the list of three. We have done the other two. Now, these are all senior members of the chamber. They have contributed to the leadership of the chamber, but they have contributed equally to the growth of Bengal in particular and India in general. And this is Shamsundar Beriwal. May we have the audiovisual, please. Shamsundar Beriwal, Chairman Emeritus of Shams Steel Industries.
Shams Steel is moving forward by laying the foundation of the country's development with its strong and flexible TMT rebars. In 1953, with this objective in view, Shams Steel was established. Not only did we need to be self-reliant, we needed to move ahead to be at par with the rest of the world, be it nuclear, thermal and hydel power plants energizing the country, or the national highways and bridges connecting the nation, be it airports making their way through the sky, or the railways running through India's veins. We are involved with multiple projects all over India, such as Delhi Metro, Jamnagar Refinery, Kota Nuclear Power Plant, Rosa Thermal Power Plant, Hyderabad International Airport, and bridges built over Brahmaputra and Godavari. All this is possible because of our high-quality products. And the process of this production begins from our state-of-the-art integrated steel plant based in West Bengal. This plant of Shams Steel is one of those few steel plants of our country where the entire process of manufacturing steel is carried out from the beginning to the end. Shams Steel TMT rebars are used in most government constructions because they strike a perfect balance between strength and flexibility. The solid exterior armor of the rebar enables it to take the pressure of heavy weights, and its flexible interior makes it withstand natural calamities like earthquakes, tsunamis, and cyclones. TMT rebars other than 500D are also available in the market. But any TMT rebar with higher grade than 500D, such as FE 600, etc., increases the strength but reduces the flexibility. Shams Steel acknowledges its responsibility towards the society with utmost sincerity. In order to improve the education facilities, we work towards the development of schools in villages by providing books and other educational needs. In health sector also, hundreds of people are regularly helped by our endeavors. Shams Steel also takes initiatives towards the betterment of environment, and special help is provided to people during natural calamities.
So, that's Shams Steel, made in Bengal, famous across the country. And of course, Shamji is not here, and on his behalf, his son, who's the director of the company and our senior vice president, will, our very own, absolutely our very own, the next president, of course. He's senior vice president, no? So the honors will be done by Minister Dr. Shashi Paja. And you must carry the best wishes to your respected father, a doyen of Bengal's industry, Shamsundar Beriwal. Preeti Sureka, Lalit Beriwal, Dr. Shashi Paja, Dabit Bajoria. And finally, He suddenly vanished some time ago, but he's back here. We were honoring some of our chairmen of two councils for their immense contribution to organizing path-breaking initiatives for the Chamber. Rajendra Khandelwal, Chairman, Council on Healthcare, MCCI, will you kindly join us on this dais and be felicitated by Honorable Dr. Shashi Paja. Rajendra Khandelwal and Dhanvantari Group are the chain of pharmacies are certainly inseparable from one another. And part of Rajuda, as we all call him, is part of the philosophy of giving back to the community. A former district governor of Rotary, he believes in giving back and has various grants for the marginalized sections of the society, primarily in the fields of healthcare and education. Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for your kind presence. Thank you, Dr. Chandrima Bhattacharya and Srimati Chandrima Bhattacharya and Shobhandip Chattopadhyay in absentia. May I now request Sri Lalit Beriwala, Senior Vice President of the Chamber, to propose the formal vote of thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, after this vote of thanks, this is of course for the first session, we have a wonderful chat session. It's a fireside chat, and so between Rohit Surana and Ashneer Grover, please do not go away. Lunch is after that. So we will have this very interesting chat, but this is certainly for the members only, and of course, most politely, I would speak to the press about it. They don't want a press coverage of this, so this is more of a closed-door chat for the invitees and the members. So, Lalit Beriwala.
Thank you, Dada. Good afternoon, everybody. Dr. Sasi Panja, Honorable Minister in Charge, Department of Industry, Commerce and Enterprises, Public Enterprises and Industrial Reconstruction, Women and Child Development and Social Welfare, Government of West Bengal. Sri Sohendip Chattopadhyay, Honorable Minister in Charge, Department of Agriculture and Parliament Affairs, Government of West Bengal. Srimati Chandrima Bhattacharya, Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge, Department of Finance and Program Monitoring, Land and Land Reforms, Refugee Relief and Rehabilitation, Health and Family Welfare, Planning and Statistics, Government of West Bengal. Members of MCCI, distinguished guests, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a rare privilege to me to propose a hearty vote of thanks to the three most eminent and distinguished political figures of our state, Dr. Sasi Panja, Sri Sohendip Chattopadhyay, and Srimati Chandrima Bhattacharya, who also holds key position in the state cabinet. We are deeply honored for the gracious presence and illuminating addresses at our 122nd AGM despite their very busy schedule. The perspectives that the honorable ministers have kindly shared today with regard to the overall economic scenario of West Bengal, covering the thrust areas of the government in terms of diversified growth in the agriculture sector and the need for more private sector participation in the fields for its sustainable growth, rapid industrial development of the state in the background of fast-changing technological developments, and above all, inclusivity in the government development vision have indeed enriched all of us quite substantially. I also take this opportunity to put on record our deep sense of appreciation for the government's decision to introduce the regime of freehold land ownership from the leasehold system through amendment of the relevant law, rules, and manual. Thank you, madam, for this wonderful job. Thank you, madam. We really appreciate all our industry captains and the industry people really appreciate this measures. This will undoubtedly boost West Bengal's industrial rejuvenation at the faster pace and encourage fresh investment in the state in the diverse sectors. We do also hope that under the visionary leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Srimati Mamata Banerjee, many more such initiatives, pioneering initiatives will come forth to the overall economic development of the state. At the same time, we look forward to the forthcoming BGBS emerging as a truly momentous occasion in terms of the announcement of path-breaking policy initiatives by the state government for attracting both domestic and foreign direct investments, where desirable for West Bengal to rise as one of the fastest growing states of the country. Ladies and gentlemen, on this occasion, I heartily convey our sincere thanks to all those present in the today's session and our media friends too for their gracious presence. I do hope that the deliberations of the session will duly carried out by the media. With these few words, I propose a warm and hearty vote of thanks and request you all to carry it with acclamation. Thank you.
We'll just take 2 minutes to change the setup. Asnir is already waiting outside.
Yeah,
Just 2 minutes of
he's
patience.
here. So that was truly a very invigorating late morning, early afternoon session, and we thank Honorable Minister in spite of such very busy schedules, and today the Assembly is on, so she has done a wonderful, her presence was truly wonderful and encouraging. Is Rohit here? You're here, no? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fireside chat. Ashnir Grover, Managing Director and Founder, Bharat Pay, in conversation with our very own Rohit Surana, Management Consultant, a brilliant Chartered Accountant, his Chairman, Council on Banking and Finance, MCCI. Rohit, could we have you up here, please? Rohit Surana, can we have you here, please?
साथ रिकॉर्ड में Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
लोगों को अच्छा लगा हो, आई डोंट नो, बट मैंने बिना पूछे लिया है कि अपने ही मेंबर से कुछ इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट को हमने शोकेस किया है. तो ऐसे ही हम चाहते हैं कि हर साल मेंबर्स को मोटिवेट करने के लिए गवर्नमेंट के सामने ये दिखाए कि हमारे मेंबर भी कितना कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं इकोनॉमी में बंगाल की. तो हर साल ही हम ये फेलिसिटेशन देते रहेंगे. और प्लस चेयरमैन को भी मैंने इसलिए किया क्योंकि चेयरमैन इंडिपेंडेंटली काम कर रहे हैं, कुछ इवेंट बहुत अच्छे करवाए हैं, तो हम इनको भी इनक्रेज करना चाहेंगे. साथ साथ में लास्ट एक ही चीज़ है कि हमारे जो सेक्रेटरीट है उनमें से भी किसी एक को मैं अप्रिशिएट करवाना चाहूँगा आप लोग के सामने, क्योंकि कुछ लोग हैं जो बैकबोन है, जो काफ़ी मेहनत करते हैं, काम करते हैं, बट कभी उनको वो अप्रिशिएशन नहीं मिलता है. इस साल से मैं वो भी शुरू कर रहा हूँ. तो मैं इनफैक्ट उसको रोक के रखा हूँ, जयंतो को, जो हमारा डिज़ाइनर है. मैं इसलिए डिज़ाइनर को देना चाह रहा हूँ क्योंकि इसने, पहली बात तो है कि जैसा मैंने कहा, एक से एक डिज़ाइनर बना रहा, मेहनत करके, और सब चीज़ टाइम पे दे रहा है. रात हो दिन हो कभी भी हो, कभी इसने मना नहीं किया कि मैं ऑफिस से निकल गया तो मैं कल करके दूंगा. सेकेंडली, इसका कुछ दिन पहले एक्सीडेंट हो गया था जिसमें इसको 1.5-2 महीने की रेस्ट थी, पाँव में काफ़ी कुछ लग गया था. स्टिल इसने घर से सारे काम पूरे किए, जबकि हमारे पास ऑप्शन था कि हम किसी दूसरे डिज़ाइनर को हायर कर सकते थे, बट ये अश्योर्ड में नथिंग वेंट. तो मैं देना चाहूँगा इसको. थैंक यू.
today had three ministers from West Bengal cabinet. Now, government also funds programs. 1 or 2 years back, one department had assured us of a sum of 15 lakh for one program, but ultimately that did not fructify. So you should try to get some government funds also. They have provision for giving funds for such programs. Government of West Bengal.
तो मुझे आइडिया नहीं है, मैं समझ के कैसे अप्रोच करना था, क्या करना था.
Maybe creating a white paper on their department. So they give these projects that okay, you find out about, do research in a particular subject, and they allot funds for that. That is one way. You can do Government of India also. Government of India has larger funds in all the ministries where they support business and commerce. So we can tap through those funds also specifically, like participating in some exhibition out of India. So ITPO gives a certain amount of funds for that. So we can encourage members to participate and subsidize their cost that way. And one more thing I would like to add that you've done extremely well in the last few months. But one thing we can try and add in your tenure is try and take out merchant chamber out of Bengal also. So that maybe make it regional, if not national, because it's a tall task. But at least we can take it outside Bengal and include other states also.
नहीं, ये बिल्कुल मेरे प्लान में था, क्योंकि मैं चाहता था पहले 6 महीने एक चैलेंज थी कि मुझे पहले समझना था फंक्शनिंग, और सेकंड है कि ओवरऑल मैं चैम्बर को थोड़ा सा हाईलाइट में लाना चाहता था, ताकि जब हम कभी अप्रोच करें किसी को तो वो अप्रिशिएट करे कि हाँ उनको वैल्यू एडिशन हो रहा है. और मेरी इच्छा है कि आसाम एंड भुवनेश्वर को पहले टारगेट करे, 2 स्टेट को टारगेट करे, क्योंकि उड़ीसा का एक बेनिफिट है कि काफ़ी इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट उड़ीसा में भी बॉर्डर पे कुछ लगाना चाहते हैं इंडस्ट्री वगैरह. और गुवाहाटी क्या है कि मेरा अपना एक स्ट्रॉन्ग फोटे है, तो वहाँ हम बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं. तो एटलीस्ट स्टार्ट विद ये 2 हम कर सकते हैं, स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं, एंड देन स्लोली.
I have very close connect in Andamans, so we can look at that also.
That we discussed, yeah, that we can do, yeah. Sure, that I'll keep in mind. So any other, yeah.
I would like to congratulate Namit ji for such a wonderful AGM and the functioning that is going on. And also for the new kind of events that's happening place, like abhi mail aaya tha about industry visits, and सर का बहुत गाइडेंस एंड सपोर्ट है. हम लोगों ने अभी जैसे स्टार्टअप में किया है, तो वी आर स्टार्टिंग इंक्यूबेशन काइंड ऑफ थिंग विद IIM, just to give an idea here, which we are planning ki all members will be helping us to create a strong base. So congratulations Namit ji and Sanjeev ji, and a big thanks to the whole secretariat that is supporting us.
Yes, of course. Without secretary, like without team, there is nothing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We will be failing in our duty if you don't appreciate the work done by your treasurer.
Yes, of course.
Sanjeev
Of course.
Kothari, a regular and highly dedicated worker,
Ekdam.
and totally dedicated to his job honestly, in every sphere of financing or renovation or anything else. He is putting a lot of work, and it has got to be appreciated and put on record.
In fact, फाइनेंस मेरा थोड़ा वीक है इन टर्म्स की. वो इनके रहते मैं काफ़ी निश्चिंत रहता हूँ. इनिशियल स्टेज पे क्या होता था कि मेरे पास चेक पहले आता था, तो मैंने रियलाइज़ किया कि मैं साइन करता हूँ फिर ये साइन करता है. मैंने स्ट्रिक्टली बोल दिया भाई वो जब तक साइन नहीं करेंगे मैं नहीं करूँगा, बिकॉज इन्होंने देख लिया, मतलब है कि एटलीस्ट इट हैज़ बिन डबल चेक. तो ऑफकोर्स इनका बहुत साथ है, सिर्फ फाइनेंस में नहीं, MSME को भी इन्होंने बहुत अच्छा आगे बढ़ाया है चैम्बर को. क्योंकि मेरी इच्छा है कि हम लोग चैम्बर को एक पर्टिकुलर चीज़ से जाने जाए, कोई पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रॉन्ग चीज़ों से जाने जाए. तो इनफैक्ट काफ़ी कुछ कर रहे हैं. सो थैंक यू संजीव जी.
Doing a great job, but to grow and to do better, you need more people.
Yes.
So you must add more credible people also to the secretariat to go to the next level.
हाँ, सो ऑलरेडी जैसे हमने सुब्रत मुखर्जी को इस साल इंट्रोड्यूस किया, हम सीनियर लेवल पे चाह रहे हैं कोई ऐसे लोग आए जो अलग अलग फील्ड को अपने को आगे बढ़ाए. ऑलरेडी 1-2 जन से बात चल रही है, तो आई वॉज वेटिंग फॉर दिस AGM टू गेट ओवर. मे बी नेक्स्ट मंथ अपने बात करके वी कैन थिंक अबाउट इट. जब भी कोई अच्छा मिलेगा बंदा जो अच्छा कर सकता है, उसी को रखेंगे. विल बी गो स्लो बट विल कीप समबडी हु कैन, स्पेशली जो बाकी स्टेट्स में जिसका होल्ड हो, लाइक अगर हम उड़ीसा कुछ करना चाहते हैं, गुवाहाटी कुछ करना चाहते हैं, तो ऐसा में लाना पड़ेगा जो वहाँ हमको सपोर्ट कर सके. सो आई थिंक दैट इज टेकन इनटू अकाउंट. सो इफ नथिंग एल्स देन वी विल लाइक टू एंड दिस सेशन. एक लास्ट बोलना चाहूँगा, जस्ट शेयर करना चाहूँगा एक मज़ेदार बात कि कल मैं एक इवेंट में था, तो चूंकि सबको पता था कि आज हमारे एजीएम है, तो सबने नहीं, मतलब 2-4 लोगों ने मेरे से पूछा है तुम इतना खराब काम कर रहे हो, 6 महीने में निकाल दिया तुमको, बिकॉज दे थॉट एजीएम मीन्स हैंड ओवर. तो मुझे हंसी आई कि ठीक है, लोग अपना अपना परसेप्शन रखते हैं. सो इट वॉज जस्ट ऑन द लाइटर साइड, बट थैंक यू सो मच फॉर रीअपॉइंटिंग मी एंड कीपिंग अ फेथ ऑन मी. थैंक यू सो मच. हाँ, ये भी बोल सकते थे, राइट.